When it comes to voicemail on the phone system, you will see that anytime you receive a new voicemail message, you'll have an indicator light on the top right-hand side of your phone letting you know you have new voicemail messages. You'll also see an indicator in the blue banner of that little tape recorder voicemail icon will appear there as well, again letting you know you have voicemail. When you're ready to pick up your messages, what you'll do is you'll pick up your handset and then you'll press your voicemail key, which is this little icon right here. Upon pressing it, it will then ask you for your passcode. So for me, when I hit this, I will then put in my personal passcode I already have set up. If you're somebody who's new on the system that have never set up your voicemail box, when you hit this key, it'll ask you again, just like me, for a passcode. Your default passcode will be given to you by your system administrator. Once you put that default passcode in, it will then go through a new user setup. The new user setup involves you, number one, setting up a new passcode. Once you put that in, then it will have you record a greeting. The last thing it will have you do is record your name into the directory. Once you've done all three of those pieces, it will then say, congratulations, your mailbox is now active. So once you get that confirmation, it is okay for you to hang up your phone. If you hang up your phone during any part of that initial setup, it will have you do the whole thing all over again if you try to log in. So just keep in mind that when you are going to set up your voicemail for the first time, make sure you go through and set up all three pieces. And once you get that confirmation at the end that your mailbox is now active, you can then hang up your phone and you should be all set to go to log in that next time. Right? So again, when I have messages, it'll flash on the top right-hand side. I'll pick up my phone, and I will press this key, and I will put in my passcode to get into my mailbox. Once I get into my voicemail box, you will see this user guide that you have on your screen. Okay, so these are some options that you have moving forward when you're logged into voicemail. Right? Number 6. Lets you make a new message. What that means is if I wanted to leave somebody a quick voicemail message while I'm logged into my voicemail, if I hit option 6, it's a way for me to leave somebody a voicemail. It's not to do the recording for your personal mailbox. It's just for you to leave somebody a voicemail message. Number 7, play new and saved messages. That right there, again, it'll play back your new and saved messages. And just keep in mind that when it comes to your new and your saved messages, when you're listening to all of them, these are all the options that I'm highlighting here that are your options while you're listening to them. A couple of key points when you're listening to any new or saved messages is option 3 to delete a message, and option 5 is to save a message. You might have some other circumstances where you need to take a voicemail message and forward it to somebody else. So if you needed to take a message and forward it to another person, you would press option 4, which will allow you to forward that message to someone else. Now, when you're in voicemail, it's pretty straightforward. It will walk you through how to get a message to somebody else. Right, so if you listen to the prompts, it should ask you to enter the mailbox on who you want to send the message to. It'll ask you to record a little introduction before the message is sent, and then it will give you a confirmation at the end that the message has been delivered. Okay. The other voicemail option that we haven't gone over yet is option 8, which is to change user options. So that right there is where you go in and customize your mailbox. So if you ever wanted to reset your passcode, if you ever wanted to re-record your name because maybe you didn't like how it sounded after the first time of recording it, and also if you ever wanted to re-record the greeting, and just so you know, there are 2 greetings you can record. There's a primary greeting and a extended absence greeting. The primary greeting is the one that you record when you set up your mailbox initially. That's the one that you typically have playing on a day-to-day basis. The extended absence greeting could be enabled when you go on vacation, as an example. So if you look on the right side of the user guide, I try to give you some shortcuts just to make it easier. To record a primary greeting, get into your voicemail box, by following the directions to hitting the voicemail key, putting in your passcode. And then once you get logged in, I kind of spelt it out. You're pressing 8 for user options. You press 4 to change the greeting. You press 7 to change your primary greeting. And you press 7 again to record the primary greeting. So that's how you can go in there and quickly get in to record it if you wanted to, or re-record over what's currently there. We did give a sample greeting here to help you along the way. So if you're setting up your mailbox for the first time during that initial part, we just wanted to put something in here that was short and sweet to help you with something verbally to say for that part of your setup. When it comes to doing your extended absence greeting, those directions are right here. So again, access your voicemail box, and then once you log in, press 8 for user options, press 4 to change greetings, press 4 again to change your extended absence greeting, and then press 7 to record your extended absence greeting. Keep in mind that when you get into this point of doing your extended absence greeting and you record it and then you save it, the moment that you save it, that's when it starts using your extended absence greeting. Okay, so once it's turned on, the next time, let's say you turn it on, you go on vacation, and now you're back in the office and you want to check your messages. When you log in, it's going to first tell you your extended absence greeting is currently enabled. To retain it, press 1. To disable it, press 2. So it will always remind you that it is active. So when you log in after vacation, it gives you a little reminder saying, hey, you still have it activated. Do you want to keep it on or do you want to shut it off? Once you shut it off, it knows to put it back to the default primary greeting. Okay, so you don't need to re-record your primary greeting. It just basically switches it back to the default one, which is the primary one. Okay, so that's how you can go back and forth between the two. Some other side notes I like to make that you're seeing on the user guide in front of you is that to access a mailbox from another location in the office, if you're not sitting at your phone and maybe you're sitting at somebody else's phone, normally if you're sitting at somebody else's phone, if you hit their voicemail key, it'll ask you for their passcode. If you're trying to get into yours when you're sitting at somebody else's desk, what you'll do is, again, you'll press their voicemail key. So I have it over here. Then you will press star, which will back it up in the voicemail prompts. And the system should then ask you to enter a mailbox number. So you'll enter your mailbox number. You'll press star to accept it. And then you'll punch in your passcode. All right, so once you do that, that is a way of getting into your mailbox from somebody else's phone. When it comes to calling in from the outside, there'll be a specific set of instructions that might differ from what we have here. So that, again, may be customized for your system. But if you're just simply calling in to, let's say, your main number and it's answered by an automated message, you could press star and it will get you into the voicemail system where it'll then ask you for your mailbox number, which is your extension. Press star to accept it, and then it'll prompt you for your passcode. Right, so that's how you can access your mailbox from outside. Right? So when you're inside of your phone, press that little tape recorder icon that we have on the phone, and then punch your passcode in, and that will get you into your voicemail. And again, these are all your voicemail options and options during the message, and also on the right-hand side on how to get in and quickly do your greetings.